Greetings, everyone. How we all doing today? Hope everybody's having a great Wednesday or whatever day it happens to be when you're watching this. Good times, great times. Let's see. Let's put up a timer for this GAC and try to keep ourselves on track tonight. We'll give ourselves about 20 minutes to chat with the chat, catch up with people, find out if there's any questions for me, anything I can answer, talk about, help people with. I think I might do another story time today if you all are interested in that. I was reminded of a story today I was telling some people, so I might share a story with you and if you want that, and see how the stream goes. For anybody who's not familiar, we typically chat a little bit, and then we'll do the my alternate account, the Division 9 Darth Loquitur, and then we'll do another little discussion, maybe some account reviews, some things like that, and then we'll go into the main account and do JAC on that, and that's pretty much what we do for the streams. Joey the Goat says he's excited for story time. All right, well, today's story is a story about, some interesting stuff, so we'll get to that here in a bit. Be careful not to choke on your aspirations, director. Yeah, that's like a triple entendre with that line. I mean, obviously he means don't choke on your aspirations because he's choking him, etc. But aspiration, for anybody who isn't aware, is also the act of taking air in. If you breathe, it's called aspirations. So there's this like underlying third meaning to it that I don't even think they intended, but don't choke on your aspirations literally means don't choke while you're trying to breathe. Kind of funny. Hey, Griff. Greetings, Inquisitors. Griff, what's wrong with you? Somebody take Griff's temperature, find out if he's got the COVID. Usually he comes in with the standard Jedi hello there. Today he comes in with a greetings, Inquisitors. Worried that he might be ill. Somebody check on him, please. Honestly, couldn't believe that Vader chucked a dad joke in on Rogue One. On Rogue One. Nice. There's Griff. Hello there. I wonder how much the hyperdrive bundle actually bloats you for GAC. I think if you have a brand new account and you never touch anything, and the very first action that you ever do in the game is to click the hyperdrive bundle, it is, if I remember correctly, 662,000 galactic power. So surprisingly, I mean, it's not as much as you might think. In a way, I mean, it's over 500,000 galactic power of just stuff. Boom, done. But yeah, 600,000, 662, I believe is the number. And if you use the stuff that you're given and you build from there for some of that stuff over time, then it stops being bloat and starts being useful. So that's exactly how much it'll bloat you. But for a lot of people who've started an account, if you've built Phoenix, you've built Geos, you've done some stuff, and then you add on the hyperdrive bundle, it's probably going to be about 500,000. You'll get a little duplicate GP from the characters that you already have. But let's say you're 1,000,000 galactic power and you bought it, you would probably be very close to 1.6 and going into the next division. I've aspirated too much smoke from my grill. Getting chicken ready for some quesadillas. That's cool. That sounds fun. Joseph says Griff finally learned his lesson. Darth Soze says, will you tuck us in after story time, DL? Yes, I will. I'll go like this. I'll make a tucking motion at the camera, and then it'll have to suffice. But you would have to be in bed with your iPad in front of your face, and then like I'd yell at you like I do my daughter. Put that thing away. No electronics at bedtime. Got to read a book. If it's time to go to bed, you got to read a book. Lord of Stone says things are going good for me. Recently unlocked the Negotiator, getting high placement in Fleet Arena. Crystal income has been great. That's awesome. And your birthday is tomorrow as well? Oh, wow. Great. living the dream, getting good crystals in Fleet, and also your birthday. That's fun. Greetings from Portugal. Blessed carrots from Portugal. Hey, that's awesome. Thanks. Tight tucks. Your kids ask for like a burrito. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. So I actually, for a long time when I was a kid, I couldn't keep the blankets on tight enough. I'm one of those people that's always cold. I've always been cold for like my whole life. So when other people are comfortable, I'm freezing. I have to wear my coat sometimes in the summertime. The air conditioning in the office gets to be too much for me. It's crazy. It's nuts. And the blankets would fall off in the middle of the night, and it would take me forever to get warmed back up. So I would actually put a sleeping bag on my bed, and I would sleep in the sleeping bag and then have another blanket on over the top of me. So I was like automatically tucked in my little sleeping bag. There you go. A bunch of information that you didn't need to know. But you can get a pretty good tucked feeling if you sleep in a sleeping bag. Someone said burrito, and I'm questioning my quesadilla plan. Griff's got to change midstream. Quesadilla or burrito? The Loquitur has spoiled me. I don't know what to do when I don't get first in Fleet. Sure you do. You know exactly what to do. Go build more Fleet. If you don't get number 1 in Fleet, it's time to build the Executor. You're changing my approach to the game. Top 10 arena, top 100 squad, great crystal income. Yeah, good. Yeah, focus on that Fleet arena. Don't chase the squad arena, because the guys that are spending money will always stay a step ahead of you. Did you use the mummy style sleeping bag? No, I used the style of sleeping bag that was like a size too small for me. You know, it was a kid's sleeping bag, so it was like it was tight. It was a tight sleeping bag. It's good that you share personal stuff and stories. You loved your grandfather's story about boxing. Yeah, my learning to fight story. Yeah, it's fun. It's funny. The people I work with, and this has been the case for years, like I use storytelling to make points. And a lot of times people will get annoyed with me, you know, and, oh God, we're going into story time again, right? And I even got one employee who kind of sasses me about it. You know, I've already heard that story. I don't need to hear it again, you know, whatever. It's funny. They might forget the point of the story. They might forget the reason why I told them the story. But then they remember the story. So the point is made. Like the analogy or the lesson that I was trying to convey or whatever is maintained. So even though like the whole situation that triggered me telling the story is gone, people still remember the story, and I go to tell it a second time and they're like, no, don't need it a second time. Still remember the story. So it's very effective, even if it annoys some people. It's a very effective tool for making a point. Michael Lord says, mummy bags are amazing. Camp a ton, and they're so comfy if you want to just sleep in them. Yeah, nice. That's like using Lycra for a sleeping bag. Led a camping trip this weekend. Highly recommend mummy sleeping bags. I've never slept warmer. Now you guys got me wanting to go look for a mummy sleeping bag. You got me curious. Joey the Goat. I wish DL was my boss. This is the truth. This is a weird truth, but some of the best people that I've ever had working for me, I didn't get to work with them for that long, because I really like to develop people, and there's some people that have talent and they just don't realize it. And you start working with them, you start bringing that out, you start getting their leadership skills out, and they surprise themselves, and then they go get a job somewhere else for $30,000 more money, and they leave me. So I've helped a bunch of people, quit being my employee by making them better. But on one hand, you say, well, that's probably bad for the company you're with, because good people leave, and that is true. But on the other hand, you got to balance that with the person themselves, And I'll tell you, if you're ever in a leadership position, you can probably go back through your own career and find a time when there was somebody important that really believed in you. And they said, you know what, take it, run with it. I think you can do it. And they kind of, put some air in your sails and gave you the confidence, or at least had your back in a way that you could do some things and make some mistakes and do your job. And you probably owe part of your career to a person like that, whether that's your parents or a boss or whoever it is. You can probably track that back. So paying that forward as a boss and being that person who can say, genuinely, there's a lot of people out there in the world who you pay them $10 and they think they're worth 20. And every now and then you run across a person that's worth $20, but their own self-confidence, they only think they're worth 10. And when you can show them what it is that they're really capable of doing and bring that out, and they go, wow, like, what have I been doing for the last 10 years? I could have been doing more. And you go, yeah, you could be doing more, but I don't have anything for you here. The organization is very small. It's very flat. There's not a promotion, so out they go, And I'm a job reference for them. I help them leave. I hope nobody from my company watches this video. They'll probably be like, all right, man, probably about enough of that. Darth giving employees key Zeta skills right and left. He's enacting the DL guides in real life. Yeah, I love that. Putting a Zeta on the employee. Putting them over the top on those skills. That's funny. Omegas and Zeta skills. It's good because you're creating more competent workers and ultimately constructive members of society. What do you do for a living? Well, right now, I do a lot of stuff, but my job is running a factory. I also, have some rental property and whatnot. So I dabble in all kinds of stuff, but my day job is running a factory. So we've got, some supervisors working there, employees, clerk type people that, the real people that run the business. It's not the guy in the corner office that runs the business, and it's not the management up top. The people with their hands on the machines, they make or break your business. They make good products. They put it together in a good way. They ship it out in a good way. And, every single package that you send out the door is an advertisement for whether or not you're a good company. And in a way it comes from leadership. You have to get that structure and push it down and lead people in that direction. But it's the people with their hands on the tools that are the real success of a business, and that's where you make it or lose it for sure. So it's nice. It's a good job. It's a good job. I work for a very good company, and it honestly, for the first time in my career, I've got good support in safety. I've got good support in HR. I've got the best IT guy I've ever worked with. I got to pinch myself sometimes. I'm like, how did I get in the middle of all of these talented people? So I feel kind of blessed in that regard. Very good group I'm working with. So proud of them. I don't want to disclose the names and all that stuff in the stream, but yeah, it's blessed in a way. What if I'm secretly your coworker? Be fine with me. If you're secretly my coworker and you're also Joey the Goat, I think I would know, though. I'd be surprised if we didn't have a conversation about it. When you develop people, you create your legacy. Develop people's greatest joy in my work. You also develop yourself at the same time. Blessed Carrot, that's hilarious. Because I actually have this little in the paper banner in my office, and it just says, it has one word on it, and the word is legacy. I actually have that hanging in my office, and it's a reminder of exactly that. Like, when I'm gone, someday I'll leave, someday I'll get fired, who knows what, right? And what's my legacy? When people say, when he was here, when he ran this factory, what was it like? What was the culture like? How did we do things around here? And you want that, right? You want that as a leader. You want people to feel like the plant had a personality under your leadership. At least that's how I feel. So I think about that legacy. And you're right. I mean, how you train people and what you invest in the people that work for you and with you, that is your legacy in a lot of ways. I used to pack bags at a grocery store, but the manager had that sort of relationship with me, DL. He really helped make me a better person, and now I'm in law enforcement. Jack Slash, it's an awesome story. And I feel like that. I feel like there's a lot of people have really made a step change for themselves if they just get somebody who looks them in the eye and tells them the truth. And if they're good, tell them they're good. And if they're not, tell them they're not. I recently had a conversation with a guy he's a fantastic worker 90% of the time, but he's very emotional, and he lets the emotions get the better of him sometimes, very publicly. And when that happens, whether he gets mad or he gets upset with himself, and it makes other people uncomfortable, and he's trying to work himself up into a position of leadership. And it's like, be yourself. You can't change that. You're going to be an emotional person. You just got to not do it in public. We just got to take all the good stuff and do that in the factory. And in those moments where you feel yourself getting emotional, leave. Go to your supervisor's office, vent all you want to vent, come to my office, let me have it. Just yell, just complain about how stupid people are. Whatever it is that you have to get off your chest, come into an office, close the door, get it out in private. And then go back and do that 90% good stuff in public. And as a leader, you have to do that. Because if you tell a person, no more emotional outbursts, you can't do that at work. You can't tell a person to be something that they're not. Or you can, but you can't expect that to be successful. But you just need to look at a person and say, you have every capability to do this job, to do it excellently, to set high expectations. You're a born leader. You can't burn it all down with those little momentary outbursts. You got to get that under control. That's it. Just bring it in private, do it in private, and we're good. So there's some advice for you if you're a manager or if you're a person who's emotional like that, either one. Just be yourself, but learn to be a better version of yourself in public especially. All right, Strides, good luck in your GAC tonight. I missed sign up this round, face palm. Oh, man, that's rough. That's happened to all of us. It's happened to me at least once, and I still, I thought I might have missed it this week because it was in my mail, and I thought I clicked through and joined from the reminder that I got in my in-game mail. But I didn't go back and check. I usually verify that I went in, and I was like, oh man, I hope I didn't miss it. But I did get it. David says, when building for the Malik event, is putting Zeta on character to get them to 17.5 more efficient than gearing to 11 or 12? Thinking of Zalbar, Mission, Karth, and Canderous. It's a trade-off, David. So it really is what is easier in your particular account. With them giving us better access to gear through the daily challenges, I feel like gearing them is going to be a lot better than throwing a Zeta on them. The Zeta would increase your galactic power pretty quickly, but I feel like with the gear being relieved at least a little bit, I would say right now it's probably better to gear the characters than it would be to Zeta them. Because you only get a certain number of Zetas. You guys have picked on me on my main account before because I don't have enough Zetas for the characters. Just lacking a ton of Zetas on a lot of things. So I wouldn't want to waste that on characters that don't really need the Zetas. Save that for something that needs it. Blessed Carrot says, I hear you. Legacy is a measure of how many people talk about your time after several years. That's a nice way of thinking of it, yeah. Joey the Goat says, someday we'll say, when he ran the factory, everybody had the most efficient Swiggo accounts, all getting #1 in fleet. That's funny. Have you thought to work in a nonprofit organization to help youngsters have better choices? No, I haven't. I'm not very good at charity work. I've done it before. I've volunteered for soup kitchens and stuff like that, and I like to do the work, but I don't know. I'm just I don't know why I don't do more of it. I always enjoy it when I do it. You get this great feeling like you've done something useful, but yeah, no, I'm always out of time, so I don't know when I would find the time to do it. And I certainly couldn't quit my job. I couldn't work for a nonprofit and quit my job and take that big of a pay cut if I got a salary at all. I couldn't do it as a profession for sure. This has been the most inspirational Swiggo stream I've ever watched, and we're 20 minutes in. Plagued Heart says, evening, y'all. Zetas are pretty much the only thing you can't consistently spend on. All right, so we got 3 minutes left on the GAC timer, so we've got about 50 people in here. Do you guys want me to tell the story before the Loquitur GAC, or do you want to see that GAC and then I'll do story time after? What do you want? Story time first or GAC time first? We've already been telling some stories, but I'll ask you guys, and you can chat back to me whether it's more important to you to get this grand arena underway or whether you'd rather see hear the story. Story time after. GAC before story. Look at the positive talk that burritos and mummy bags can spur. Story time first. All right, we got 3 votes, 3-2 so far on the voting. All right, 4 votes for story. Oh, that's Blessed Carrot. He's voting multiple times. That's not fair. Story time after. All right, so we're going to do GAC next, and then we'll go into the story time after. That's fair enough. All right, feet-wise, let's see what we got here. That might leave a mark. Offense up 20 times in Grand Arena. We have offense up characters. 18 squad battles, yeah, fine. First attempt, fine. Defeat 6 enemy units with Imperial troopers. Rarely have I ever seen a more welcome feat. You die with the rebellion. What do you think, guys? Can we complete that feat? I do believe we can. It'll take 2 rounds, though, because it's 6 enemy units, so we'll have to beat up 3 this time and 3 the next time. So basically, it's just the troopers and... I mean, offense up, we'll gain that with troopers. We'll gain that with Anakin if we play the Padme team. Okay. Fair enough. All right, let's get in here. We are matched up against pineapple pies, which sound very tasty to me. I like pie. I like pineapples. I'm not sure that I've ever had a pineapple pie, but sounds tasty. He's with the WTF Guild, Wookiee Tango Foxtrot, or Wookiee Tango Fox, I guess. WTF, man. General of the 501st. 900 in ships, 1.3 in characters. All right, guys, we got to go take a look at these ships, because this is something else. Look at this. Let's go look at capital ships first. So he's got the Negotiator at 5 stars, Relict Kenobi. He's got Endurance and Executrix. He's got some other stuff down here. And then for ships, he's got Plo, Ahsoka, Relic Anakin, Relic Umberin, Relic Rex, Houndstooth at Gear 12. Only 6 stars, but Gear 12. So he's got a really solid Negotiator fleet, to the extent that if he puts his on defense and I were to take mine on offense, I do not believe that I could beat his Negotiator fleet with mine. So that's an uncomfortable feeling. I always have the advantage in fleet. What's this guy doing having better fleet than me? That's not right. And the good news is, on the other side of the fleet, it kind of falls off. So after that excellent Negotiator fleet, then he's kind of got the TIE Advance, the Imperial Bomber, and just some stuff from there. So it's not... at least we're not talking too overpowered fleets. But yeah, so it's really I have to put my negotiator fleet on defense. If he brings his on offense, then he'll beat mine and I'll beat his, and we'll go our separate ways. If he puts his on defense, then probably I don't beat his and he don't beat mine, and then same thing. So I can't risk taking it on offense and he puts his on defense and then I can't beat him anyway. So, yeah. Interesting. Fleet disadvantage for the first time in a long time. DL needs to fleet harder. Poor choice of words there. What do we do? If Geos can take out troopers, then we'll get credit for 4 kills. Yeah, all right. DL needs to fleet. No more videos, DL. Keep it to yourself. No more videos, DL. Carrot to yourself. What did I miss? What did I do? Did I do something wrong, guys? I feel like I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? I need to fleet harder. Yeah, definitely. All right, so in the account itself, we've got General Skywalker here. So General Skywalker versus C. I would expect that if he looks at my account that he won't put Skywalker on defense, because that's pretty much a giveaway loss against Sith Eternal. So I assume that he'll have the General Skywalker, the Padme team on offense, Vader on offense. We'd probably expect to face these Geos, or the Grievous droids on defense, because he's got a couple relics. Got a relic nest. Nice. I love it to hear that people get the relic nest. Nice Vader. Vader says, I took Cat to gear 12 finally. All right, so he's got a lot of gear 12 stuff. He's got troopers, Shakti, clones, Yoda, Bosk, Dooku, a lot of stuff gear 12 from the gas journey, I guess. And it kind of feels to me like he's starting the sea journey himself, because we've got a relic Thrawn, we've got Vader, the Jedi Knight Anakin. So maybe he's going for C next. He's got a Jedi Knight Revan down here, but it's not built up great yet. Anyway, I don't mean to sound arrogant, but I feel like I'm pretty overpowered in this matchup. And not to say I'm going to underestimate my opponent, but I did put a little bit lighter of a defense than usual. I feel like I can take some better offense. Again, figuring I'm going to have a 3-zone clear and be stuck on fleets, then I feel like we need to have a real clean run on the other 3 zones for characters. Lando smoked my nest. Wow. How does that happen? That must be a little tiny nest. Or a really big Lando. All right, so what I put on defense, banner stealing teams here. Just a Grievous team, my little Grievous team, and the Geos with the, or the Newt with the spy. And then we put the leftover relic stuff. We got our Snow Trooper on defense. He looks scary. He's not really very scary outside the trooper team. And we put some decent defenses on the back wall. And then we did put our negotiator fleet here. I did a little bit different trick with the negotiator. When I'm facing other negotiator fleets and they have, let's say, better quality ships than I have, one of the tricks that you can do, you can put a second tank in. Here you can see I'm using this Imperial TIE. And it doesn't have great synergy with the rest of the team because it's not Galactic Republic, but it does prevent them from kind of stripping the taunt off your Hound's Tooth and killing your Anakin right away. Because Anakin, within his first couple moves, is going to do a basic and get a target lock on somebody. And then it'll bring up taunt. You'll have a second tank. In Fleet Arena, that works for me. There's some matchups that I can't beat if I put Ahsoka in here as one of the starting 3. But I can beat if I put the second tank in here. Anyway, it's something that you probably do early game when you need some more power in your fleet. But I mean, once you get good relic level ships, you wouldn't want to do that. You'd want to stick with Galactic Republic stuff. So we did put the Grievous on here. We got Murder Bears. We can always Enfys Nest this. Dooku's been taking these Murder Bears out real nicely. If there's nothing else for my Emperor to go after, then C can go after these. The Grievous team, I feel like he'll be able to solo that with no problem. With no ult, though, it's a little bit dicey. It's a little bit different, but I feel like that shouldn't be an issue. Over here, we've got some Separatists with a Relic Magna Guard and then a little Bounty Hunter team. So far, I don't see anything that requires my troopers. We'll see what's on the back wall. We got to get through this and see what's on the back wall first. We could take troopers here and just murder it, but then if there's something really hard on the back wall, we'll be stuck. Let's see. We got a bunch of stuff that can beat this, right? We got Jedi. Do we have Mon Mothma? Yeah, we have Mon Mothma. We've got Jedi. Probably use the Jedi here. I don't know, though. These aren't very strong characters. He can probably kill somebody with a missile, though. We don't want to just lose to a random missile. Alright, so we'll put the Jedi here. We'll do Jedi against the Bounty Hunters. We'll take this team. Alright. I learned the TIE bomber trick the hard way, said Nick Wilson. Do you have some kind of counters list? I don't really use a counters list so much as just kind of experience on what works against what. So, not the best way to play the game, but I don't know. If I look at a counter list, if I just see that, okay, CLS counters this team, it doesn't necessarily help me understand the mechanics of how that works. And for me, I don't know how the rest of y'all are. If you tell me Rey is a great counter to bounty hunters, why? How? What do the skills do? How does it work? Like, how do I use that counter? So I'm not a big fan of counter lists because unless I understand why the mechanics work, looking at a list doesn't help me that much. That's just me. I'm not saying lists are bad. I'm just saying that's how I work. We've got a lot of stuff. We've got Vader, C, Padme, Nest, Dooku. Man. Maybe we just Vader this. Just run through them. We don't have to do undersized necessarily, so we can bring in Thrawn to get banners back if we need to. Totally understand wanting the why behind the counter, says Nick Wilson. Rotofire says, I'm in the same boat, DL. I need to know how the mechanics interact. Yeah, and I try to explain that stuff. You know, like when I'm going into a GAC, a lot of times I'll like talk through, this is the character, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit him, and try to explain that to help myself understand what's going to happen in the battle, maybe help you guys understand a little better how the mechanics are going to work. But if you ever want to know that, just ask. I mean, I've also done it after the combat and kind of explained why things worked the way they did. So if you guys ever need that, if why did you pick that team, just drop it in the chat and we'll talk about it. Okay, I'm just going to way overkill this team, but we're going to just blast through it and see the back wall. I've got an answer for Geos. I've got an answer for just about anything that he put back there, so I'm not worried about burning the Vader. All right, we're going to do this on Dooku so he can't get a counterattack. Then we'll do Merciless Massacre. We'll hit him. Try to get an ability block on this Droideka. That would be... Oh, that's better than an ability block. That's also better than an ability block. All right, and then we fracture him. And it's quite possible that Magna Guard never gets to take a turn. All right, let's zap him and shock, get him stunned. Yeah. Brilliant. If you thought he was going to get a turn, now, no longer the case. Now he takes a turn and dies from a dot. 54 banners. When I built Padme, people told me she was a DR counter, but didn't tell me why or how. You can imagine my surprise when she got obliterated by DR the first time I tried it. Of course, I got better at it, realized that she needed to be slow, or maybe it was just a ID10T problem. That's funny. All right. Let's see what's on the back wall here. But you got a Relic Kenobi, and he's going to have a ton of protection up from Bastila. So maybe that turns into the location where we need to use the troopers. We'll cut the armor on him. Oh, no. Let's see. Gideon's on defense, so we don't have the armor shred. Okay, so we would do Piet, link up Stark, Veer's mass assist, kill Ahsoka. Yeah, so I think it's no problem. Then he gets taunt up. And we just have to pick through it. We won't be able to do the turn meter train with the troopers, but I don't think just with these two characters that they're going to have enough damage to get through 3 relic troopers. So, or we could use a Padme team here. Maybe the Padme team's even better because we have recovery. And then we can just smash something else with the troopers. Let's see. This would be good. We could smash these guys with the troopers. It's Echo and Arc Trooper. So none of these guys are fast enough to even come close to threatening. Yeah, how about we do the Padme team down here? We'll do the troopers on this. We'll do C against the Grievous. And Dooku against the Murder Bears. Or Nest. We can Dooku this and Nest up top. Yeah. Sure, why not? All seems good. I still don't understand the Padme DR counter. I can usually win against a DR about 1/3 of the time. I suppose I don't mod specifically for it, though. The thing with the Padme counter is that she can't be feared. So basically, you slow her down to the point where the DR team just splatters debuffs all over everybody. And then Padme uses her middle skill, and she converts all of those debuffs to protection up stacks. And then when your characters take their next turn, they all have like 25 courage stacks, and you just annihilate everything you touch. I had to use my Padme to take out DR and then bring in JKR to clean up Malik. Malik is a nasty, nasty character. He's a brute. All right, let's do this, Padme. Let's do it. Get on in there. All right, we do need some more likes, though. We're very close to getting these troopers up and running. Troopers might be the next battle, and we're not ready for it. We are not ready for the troopers. We're short on likes. So if anybody's in here, could do me the favor of applying the like button. Get those troopers up and running. I would appreciate it. All right. Stunned. Anakin's getting beat up now. We just want to get the bonus protection off of Kenobi, because he actually is doing a little bit of damage now. We'll use the overhand smash to take all those retributions away. And then let's just kick Bastila into the next universe. Done. Done and done. Okay, let's see if we can kill Ahsoka. Done. Alright, now we just got to work our way through this monster Kenobi over here. Back a little health and protection. I don't think we can recover the protection. Yeah, we'll lose a few banners. I presume how it works is that she goes after the team pukes out the debuffs and she uses her big cleanse, and then Anakin nukes someone. That's pretty much how it works. Yep. Sonam says, hey, Inquisitors. Hello. All right. Are we ready? Looks like we're ready, guys. We're ready for the troopers. Let's bring in these troopers and let's try to get 3 clean kills for our quest. Oh, we got to be on offense. Veers, Piet, Stark. All right, 1 stack of Emperor's Trap. We'll put a buff on him. 3 more stacks of Emperor's Trap. And let's get Shock T out of here first. All right, and then Arc Trooper next. Get some assists, and then blow a hole in Echo. 53 banners, clean as you like. Of course, that's relic characters beaten up on Gear 12 guys, so it's not that impressive. All right, the question is, what are we going to do with Wat Tambor? If we bring in the Sith Eternal here, surely we can do this without Wat Tambor. Right? We don't need Wat here, do we? Do we? I don't think I don't think we could possibly need Wat. Even without the ult, I think it's just C alone. If we're wrong, we're going to find out in a hurry. C versus Ewoks might be a toughie. Hey DL, how do you like the new conquest? Can you still get the max box? I have not calculated it at all, but I mean, it feels normal. I cleared Zone 1 in 1 day on my main account, working on Zone 2, getting a bunch of the feats done. So, I mean, I don't feel like it's going to be a problem for me. It's hard to tell this early in the conquest, but yeah, it feels like it's going to be possible, both normal and hard. Of course, I haven't looked ahead and saw what all of the normal feats are either. If there's enough feats where I don't have the character to do it, then I'll be faced with the choice to either build those characters or to not get the max box. So probably build the characters. Like Fennec Shand or whatever if I need. Or if I need a bigger Boba Fett, for example, because there's a lot of stuff that's requiring Boba Fett. So if what's keeping me from Conquest is not having a big enough Boba Fett, then I'll splatter some gear on him over the next couple weeks and we'll get that taken care of. Man, I am fast compared to these guys. I'm taking like 4 turns for every turn they take. 1, 2, 3 turns before he goes again. Wow. Feels strong. I hear this Sith Eternal's a pretty good character. All right, let's do this and then try to gain all my protection back. 56. All right. So far, hard mode feels all right, says Griff. I like the new format. Didn't like the grindy feats. There's still some grindy feats. There's still like the 14 Night Sister battle and stuff like that. So it's not... that didn't completely go away. All right, Nest, get in there. Take care of some Ewoks. Darth Soze says he's driving home, putting the phone away. Good luck with the rest of the stream. All right, see you, man. Take it easy. Have a good one. That was close. We almost got that murder bear in one hit. All right, now get him. Yeah. No resurrects for you guys. No counterattacks for me either while everybody's in stealth. All right. Looks like this is going to end quickly. All right. 55 banners. Good job, Ms. Nest. Anyone else enjoy the disappearing discs and Jawa if you don't follow a specific path? Does anyone else enjoy it? I think everybody loves it. That's everybody's favorite thing. Dooku versus Phoenix. Just Dooku. No Watt. Wait, there's a Gear 12 Asajj here. There's a random Gear 12 Asajj in with the Phoenix. She doesn't have enough damage to threaten Dooku, does she? I don't feel like she does. Not enough potency to sink a debuff. I don't know, guys. Solo Dooku. Dooku solo. All right. Asajj shocked. Ezra counterattacked. We'll just stay on Asajj. And she puts the second life onto Ezra. Oh my goodness. I killed him twice. The second part of the attack still worked even though he died and got resurrected. That looked funny. It looked unfair, actually. I have Nest at 320 of 330, but can't bring her up until after I get C. Not sure who I'm more excited for. Oh, you're more excited for C, for sure. Okay, so he did take the negotiator on offense, and he dropped this Empire fleet on defense. This TIE fighter. This is pretty annoying because if he gets a bunch of dodges, he can really feed a lot of turn meter to the enemy capital ship, which I don't think we're too scared of, right? Because he's going to go target lock something that'll put this in the way, but we're going to come close to killing that in one hit with the spy. So we're going to bring in Grievous. We're going to start with the 3 Geos. We're going to bring in... we'll bring in all 3 of these reinforcements. I don't think we'll need them, but bring them in just in case. Can't run out of ships. All right, here we go. 294,000 galactic power versus his, what was it, like 340? So we're slight underdogs. All right. There we go. Target lock, taunt up, everything working as intended. Okay, the ability block on the spy is not working as intended. We didn't really want that. We don't want to do the area effect because we don't want to give him free turn meter from that ship while he's got the foresight on. We'll stun him. Okay. Mass assist, that should be it. Okay. Now we have access to Vader's ship. Oh, he brings in... Is that Biggs? Yeah, that's Biggie Boy. Let's put some buzz droids on him and try to get him out of here pretty quickly. Let's do this, and we'll call from the spy. Try to get a big hit this way. Okay. That's a decent hit. Biggs has good synergy with Vader because Vader's constantly putting on the target locks, which means that Biggs is always getting back protection and taunt. Buzz droid's almost ready to do the job over here. We will do an AoE now just to take Vader out of the equation, make sure that he doesn't get another turn. We'll just put some debuffs on him. And then we just gotta... Ooh, he's got a dodge on. Does he dodge this, or is this stun them, which can't be resisted? So this should work, right? Stun him, can't be resisted. So he just dodges the attack. Nonsense. It said it couldn't be resisted. But I guess it can't be resisted, but it can be dodged. That's weird. Okay. All right, so we got that taken care of. 1820, full clear. Good. We probably had a little more offense than we needed, but it allowed us to get good high banner wins. I figure he's going to full clear us too. We just have to hope that we get better banner stealing than the opponent. So we got to hope that our back wall banner stealing teams do their job. And then we got to hope that our negotiator holds out and kills a couple of his ships and, you know, gets bad banners in fleet. That would be awesome. All right, so, yeah, but I expect full clear versus full clear. And we got a couple solos in there with really high banners. We got C, we got Nest, we got Dooku. So I think we're in really good position for this GAC. Should be good. He's got gas, though. He's got a bunch of stuff on offense. So, yeah, I think he'll be fine to clear me. And we will have a big fight with pineapple pies. We'll have a food fight, a pie fight. Did he ever respond to me? I sent him a message. We'll see if he ever sent anything back. I didn't check my messages. Probably shouldn't do it on stream in case he said something nasty. No, he didn't reply, but I told him, I'm like, hey, man, I usually have an advantage in fleet, but you got more fleet than I do. Good job. Well done. Yeah. Nice. Lots of fleet. All right, so we'll go straight into story time, I guess. And then I'll tell you how I'm going to apply story time to the current state of the Union in Galaxy of Heroes, because I think it can also be relevant to that. Could Imperial troopers solo the AAT raid? I think so. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. The robot gets all kinds of free turns, so you can't. Yeah, Grievous too. The clone troopers can do it for sure. I've never tried it with the Imperial troopers. Yeah, P1 or P3 might be an issue. Exactly. Because they're going to get turns on you. And they're going to interrupt your turn meter train and summon a bunch of guys and make it inconvenient for you. So yeah, I don't know that you could roll your turn meter train on them. JKR Jedi can solo the hot, and same with Shock T clones. Yeah, Shock clones, even pretty bad Shock clones can do that. All right, let's get into story time. So the story starts with my manager. At the time, I worked for a guy who he was a temperamental sort of fellow, and 90% of the time he was probably about the best boss I ever had. And 10% of the time, I just wanted to take him out in the parking lot and settle something with him, because he would just make a mess. And he would go out and yell at the guys in the factory. And one time he called this one guy a bunch of names and told him he was worthless. And the guy was threatening to report us to HR, and had to get him calmed down and find out if he really wanted to proceed with his complaint. And in the end, he didn't file the complaint, but he could have. And just why do you take all the good stuff that you do and then undermine it with this stuff, So watching him, I thought, well, if I ever get in that position, I'm going to try real hard not to ruin it. But he was really a good guy, and he was inspirational. He had a lot of vision. He always had these ideas of what he wanted. And he would tell me, he's like, I have no idea how to make this happen, but could we? And then he'd come up with some crazy thing that he wanted the factory to do. I'd come back to him a few weeks later and I'd be like, I think I can do it. You know, here's what we're going to need. Here's how we're going to have to do it. Here's my thoughts. And we would start making a plan and building a project and doing all kinds of stuff. And so it was fun to work for him because he was inspirational. When he was on, he was really on. And we had a review cycle where you get your objectives at the beginning of the year, and it's, 10 objectives, and it's a bunch of pie in the sky stuff that you can't really do anyway. So you pick the 6 objectives that you can achieve, you pick the 4 that you're never really going to do anyway, and you just kind of grind it out through the year. And then at the end of the year, your boss goes, hey, you did a great job on these 6 that you could do, and these other 4 didn't really matter anyway, and you still get your same raise that you always would have got. So it felt like kind of an empty and meaningless exercise, all things considered. And he called it out, and he said, look, this review process, the way the company has it set up, the way it's always been done is useless. I don't like it. What I would rather do, I'm going to think about all the things that I want to do in this year, and then I'm going to think about the right person to do it, and we're going to have just a couple big projects for each person. Everybody will have a safety objective. Everybody will have an efficiency, like, let's say, it comes down to profitability, but you're going to have a safety objective, you're going to have some kind of profitability objective, and then you'll have like 2 projects that you're working on for the year. People are going to have like 4 or 5 objectives. That's it. They're all going to be meaningful. It's all going to be stuff that we really want you to work on. And this year's review process is going to be different. So I was all for that. I thought, again, inspirational, right? Like, good stuff. And so people started going down to his office and getting their objectives. And one of my colleagues comes down there, and I'm talking to him, and he's like, yeah, it's good. I've got 4 objectives this year, and they're all good and meaningful. And, he really lived up to what he said he was going to do. And then another lady came down, and she's like, yeah, no, what a relief. Like I understand very clearly what's expected of me, and I've got a couple really big projects, and they're going to be hard, but it's only a few things. And so people are happy, right? Guys, I walk into his office and sit down for my initial objective setting with him. He hands me a paper with 17 objectives. Not 4, not 5, 17. 17. I'm thinking there's a mistake, right? I'm looking at the paper going, okay, the guy's got a sense of humor. He's a practical joker. This is funny, right? Like he's playing a game with me. So he just waits for me, and I'm reading through it, and there's silence for like 5 minutes, and I'm starting to get a little bit upset. And so he says, what do you think? And I said, well, man, you said that it was going to work a certain way, and I've heard from a couple other people already that they're getting their objectives in that way. And this is crazy. This is everybody's objectives that you want to do. You've just given them to me. And he said, exactly. I thought of everything that I wanted to do in the plant, and I gave this guy his 2 big objectives. I gave this lady her big 2 objectives, and I went through the whole team like that. And when I got to the end, there were about 15 things that I still want done, and they're just all coming to you. And what would you guys think if you were in that conversation? What would you think? I was fair with everybody else, but you're getting everything. Everything that I don't think other people can do, that's your objective for the year. So I played it cool, and I was like, okay, I get it. All right. I didn't get it. I was furious inside. I was like, ridiculous. Like, everybody else is set up for success, and he's just set me up for failure, like total failure. So, yeah, Griff, it's outrageous. It's unfair. It's like, what is this? So we had a lady in HR at the time, and I got to tell you, I've worked with HR people, and there's certain HR people that are very good at their jobs, and there are a lot of HR people who there's a balance that you have to keep between doing what's right for the company and doing what's right for people. And good HR people understand that. You have to treat people well. You have to represent people because that's part of your job. You have to help them get what's due to them. But you also have to support the company, because if you just give it all away to the employees, then you're a charity. You're not a company. You're not a for-profit organization. And some HR people get that exactly wrong. They're fighting against the company all the time. They're giving everything away to the employees. And it's a balance. It has to be a balance. And this lady was tough. She was tough as a $2 steak. Like, she was nice. She was polite. She helped people. But, man, she didn't take any monkey business from anybody. And she just said it like it was. And I liked her for that. You know, I enjoy people that I just have that kind of like bullet between your eyes kind of honesty. So I was talking to her about a completely different issue. Nothing related to my boss. But at the end of the conversation, she did that, you know, is there anything else I can help you with? And I sat there for a second and I'm like, you know what? There is something you can help me with. Like, I want to complain about my boss. And she's like, oh, what happened? So I told her the story. I told her the 17 objective story. And her response was completely not what I expected. She said, what's your favorite type of meat? What do you like? Lobster, steak, chicken? What? If you could have anything, what would you have? And I said, good steak. Filet mignon sounds good. I'll pick that as my favorite. I have no idea where she's going with this, right? And she said, what's your least favorite? And I said, well, liver's got to be my least favorite, because it was a punishment when I was a kid. If I did something really nasty, my grandmother would make me eat liver and onions every time I saw her for like weeks. And that's all I would get. And you go to grandma's and you want, you know, the cookies and the candy and the cake and all the stuff that grandmas make that's just absolutely delicious, right? Except I was naughty and I would go there and I would only get liver and onions until I'd paid my penance. So to this day, liver and onions taste like defeat. Like I can't eat it. It tastes like punishment. So I said, okay, I pick liver. It's the thing I can't eat. And she said, okay. And she just keeps talking, like, what vegetables do you like? And what else do you like? And so she goes through this whole thing for a couple minutes. And she said, all right, we've got a really big plate of food set up for you, and I'm going to bring it into your office. And guess what? You get the steak that you like, you get the broccoli that you like, you get the carrots that you like, but you also get these vegetables that you can't stand. There's a big pile of liver on there. There's a whole bunch of onions right next to it. There's, and this is 8 people's worth of food that I'm bringing and putting in front of you. And I said, okay, so now I got a big plate of food. And she said, that's it. My only question for you, you going to eat your liver? And that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. It wasn't that my boss was being unfair to me. It's that I was that guy. I was the guy that was fixing all of his problems, and he thought I could do it. And he was testing me. And he's like, this kid wants to get ahead. He wants to be somebody. I'm just going to give him everything. I'm going to see how much of it he's going to do. And these really ugly things that nobody wants to do, and then in fact I don't want to give to anybody else, I'm going to give them to him. I'm going to see what he does with it. And she put it in the perspective with this food, and it's exactly that number 15 objective that's just, you don't even want it on your sheet because it's just dumb, right? Like, that's just a lot of work for no benefit, and nobody wants to do it, and I don't want to do it. And that was her question. Are you going to eat your liver? So I hung up the phone very unhappy, because now not only was my boss ridiculous, but also this HR lady was just completely mean to me, Didn't have any empathy for me at all. Wasn't helping me. Wasn't taking my side. That's really what it came down to, right? She wasn't taking my side on it. But it's the kind of thing that you think about over the course of a couple weeks. And the more you think about it, the more you think, okay, I get it. All right. And then it starts to change. And I don't know how you guys are, but I can tell you exactly the way I'm built. Week later, all right, I see your point. Week later, all right, I'm going to eat my liver. A week later, you know what? I'm going to show him. 17 out of 17 objectives at the end of the year are going to be done. This guy's going to be in his chair looking at the sheet with his mouth open going, I can't believe you got all this done in a year. I'll get him. I'll show him. I'll get that red box. He thinks I ain't going to get that red box. I'm going to get that red box, right? Like I'm the guy that's going to go get it. And he knew that. And that was why he was such a good boss, and why to this day I still think he was a huge influence in any success that I had later in my life, because he was the kind of guy who saw that in people. He believed in it. And a lot of my leadership style is developed around what he did and how he handled me. And I got to say, I was probably pretty hard to manage at that point in my career. A whole lot of stuff that I thought I knew that I didn't know. But yeah, so it's kind of like conquest. It's kind of that the will to compete. And some people just have the will to compete. And some people just sit back and complain about their objectives and they won't eat their liver. And I'm going to call out another streamer by name. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with Bit Dynasty, but he puts out a lot of guides, a lot of like informational stuff, and does it very timely, does it while it's still fresh, a lot of times for galactic challenges. And I'm going to tell you guys, if you've never been over to the channel for Bit Dynasty, you need to go over there and take a look. You know, it's not that he's told me to go send people to his channel, but watch the way he handles conquest. There's no complaining. There's no whining about the discs or what he's got or anything. He just gets to work. He just gets in there and says, okay, these are the feats, these are the teams, here's how I can do it, here's how you can do it. And here's a team that'll complete 3 feats at once, and I'm going to throw that in here. And if you've got something like that, here's some alternate characters. I'm going to put in these crazy characters like Sabine Wren and all this stuff that nobody plays, Zalbar, whatever. They can complete the armor reduction feats. And he shows just like class, just class. Gets to work, figures it out, helps other people figure it out. And I feel like we need more content creators and more streamers like that are just going to forget the whole first part about getting 17 objectives, and they're just going to get to work, you know, get to work, help people get the information that they need to be successful too. So for what that's worth, that's kind of, I was telling the story for a different reason today, and I thought about it in terms of our game, and I thought, you know, if more people behaved like him, put out these good guides, no complaining, no whining, just straight to business. Here's how you get these feats done. It's not that hard. Yeah, I'm on day 2 and I've already completed all this stuff. He's showing how he's making progress on all the feats. So, yeah. Mad respect for Bit Dynasty. Check him out if you haven't ever seen him. All right. check out the chat. Did you guys talk about the objectives then or at the end of the year? Well, I mean, this was the beginning of the year, right? So it was he was making a plan for what he wanted in a certain year. And then, you, of course, the objectives you get in January. And then you get evaluated sometime like October. I mean, typically that's the cycle for us, or that I've always been exposed to. And then your raises are usually locked in November, and then you find out sometime around Christmas time what that's going to look like. So the review cycle is usually 10 months. It's January through October, and then you're pretty much set on what you're going to get for the year, in our line of business at least. So yeah, this was the beginning of the year objectives. This was the January conversation where I still had plenty of time to do all my objectives. Bit Dynasty feels like he works in HR. He's very professional and my go-to for fleet and galactic challenges. Michael Byrne says, I agree, he's great. Blessed Carrot says, I confess I like the content and style, spreadsheet style to maximize result. Griff got me onto Bit Dynasty's fleet videos. He kills it in fleets. Yeah, exactly. Darth Treya says, "Did I stumble onto soapbox mode?" Yeah, see, this is what I deal with the people that know me. They don't like story time. They make fun of me for it. When you love it, you don't think how tough it is, right? There's a lot to that, Blessed Carrot. It's just about are you gonna eat your liver? Are you gonna play your game or you're not? Right? Like if you're gonna sit around and whine about how hard the game is, that's fine, whatever. Or you can just get to work. Just get it done. Quit crying about it. Quit saying it's too much food. Get busy eating. Get up to exercise. Sit back down at the table. Get eating again. Clear your plate. Get it done. Most of the big streamers are big whiners. That's part of how I found your channel. No quarterly review of the objectives or monthly. I do half-year reviews, so I pretty much I do the objectives at the beginning of the year, and then I kind of do a mid-year, like, hey, where are we at on this stuff? But it's not like, if you write good objectives, it's never a surprise. You don't go through half the year and go, did you forget about this objective? It's all linked to something that's going on anyway, and they're part of what's going on. So at least for the way that I do the objectives, it's just sort of touching base on where we're at in terms of progress. It's rare that I would get into somebody's mid-year review and say, well, I haven't even started on that one. So, or like for the safety, I gave a person 2 objectives, and I said, by the first half of the year, I want this one done, and the second half of the year, I want this one done. So then at the mid-year, it's, yeah, okay, we're on track for the first one, getting started on the second one. It's good progress. But no, I don't do quarterly. I do weekly. I do weekly one-on-ones. So for everybody that reports directly to me, I set aside an hour of time every week. And if people need it, we can sit and talk about whatever. It can be a get to know you thing. It can be a tell me about your trip that you took last week on vacation thing. It's anything. It's just time that we can talk about business or whatever. And example, yesterday a person had a one-on-one, and I saw him about 20 minutes before it should have started, and the conversation went like this: you got anything? I have 0 things. I also have 0 things. See you next week. Right? So it's not that employees only see you during the review, right? Like the one-on-one is a fantastic management tool. You just put aside time. If people need it, they have it. If they don't need it, you don't use it. You don't waste people's time when they could be doing other work. But it's there, And nobody says on Tuesday, well, my one-on-one is on Friday, I'll wait till then. If you need me on Tuesday, you just walk in and blurt out what it is. I mean, it's not like you have to wait for your one-on-one. But I do the weekly one-on-ones, and then I just do the mid-year and end-year reviews. So you get your objectives at the beginning of the year, you get a mid-year review, and then we close it out at the end of the year when I tell you what your raise is going to be. So that's pretty much it. Midge says, suck it up, cupcake. Yeah, exactly. I appreciate Storytime, DL. Thanks for sharing. In consulting, it's weekly reporting. Yeah, it's just a kind of an accountability touch base. Revan says, thanks for the story. All right. The story was very inspiring. The other side of one-on-one meetings is when bad managers use it to just tell you everything that you're doing wrong. You can use that to your advantage too. So here's a very easy trick to turn things around on a manager. So a manager says, I was looking for these results. I didn't get these results, whatever. What was your part in this? What are you going to do differently next time? All this stuff, right? Who knows what's coming out of their face. But what you need basically 3 pieces of information, right? You need facts. What result are you looking for? And I recently had a change in the shipping department, and I had a conversation with the guy who's taking over the role of shipping. And I expressed to him that the main result that I want, ours is a just-in-time factory, to the extent that I'll tell you guys, I have space to store 12 truckloads of material and I make 16 truckloads of material per day. So as soon as it hits the floor, there has to be a truck to take it away. Like, it has to go as soon as it's made. So I said to him, the objective is the factory should never be shut down because we're out of space. If we need to transfer stuff to an outside warehouse because a customer didn't come and pick up, if we need to, move stuff around into a different row, if we need to consolidate, you need to handle all that stuff, right? But at the end of the day, the factory can't shut down because we're full of product. Your job is to keep the floor empty enough to keep running. That's the core of what you do. So if we ever have a disagreement, I'm going to put it in 3 ways. First of all, what are the facts? What happened? What's facts? Number 2, we're going to talk about your part in it and what you can do differently next time. Because everybody's going to make a mistake. One of my best employees ordered something and made the order completely wrong. Put the wrong numbers on the ordered the wrong thing, and we got $16,000 worth of stuff that's completely not the right stuff. Now, we can still use it. We can make use of it in another way. We've got very clever people working for us, so we're not going to throw away all the raw material. We're going to figure out a use for it. But, the person feels very guilty. I don't care about all that. How are we going to fix it? How are we going to make sure that this doesn't happen the next time? So if you've got a bad boss, use those 3 things to your advantage, right? Results, the facts, and what do you want to see next time, right? And let's say they're yelling at you and they're like, I don't like this, and I don't like this, and I don't like this. And you say, okay, tell me exactly what you need to see. Next time this happens, tell me exactly what you want out of me. Well, I want you to be a better leader. What does that look like? Tell me. Do I escalate it to you? Do I get you involved? Do I handle it myself? Do I send you an email? What is it that went wrong? What do I have to fix? And pin it down, right? Pin it down. And if they say, oh, I don't like your results, then say, okay, let's just talk about one result. Let's talk about one fact-based metric, right? Like, I only output 20 units and you want 25. Just tell me. Tell me you want 25 units by next week. I'll bring you 25 units next week. I'll make you happy. All you have to do is express to me what it is that you want. So even with a bad boss, if you can get them to put it in terms of results, then again, you can go out and you can eat your liver and bring them back results and say, hey, look at that, I got my red box. Right? Can't complain at me in this one-on-one. What do you want for next week? So manage it from your side. You can work your way right around a bad boss and he'll be working for you someday. And then maybe you can coach him a little bit. Make a t-shirt that says "Tough It Up, Cupcake." Yeah. There's already a t-shirt out there. I'm 100% positive you can get a t-shirt that says "Suck It Up, Cupcake." I guarantee it's out there on the internet somewhere. I don't have to make it. Somebody else already has. Often leaders are not able to go down on facts and talk about results. Just don't give them work. Are not able to go down on facts and talk about results. Yeah. I mean, that maybe that's what it comes down to. If you've got a bad supervisor and your supervisor really just wants to give you all his work to do, for example, then maybe there really isn't much you can do there. But that's at least what you can try. I mean, I've done that before with a boss that didn't really communicate very well. I just said, show me on a piece of paper, give me a spreadsheet, show me what it is that you want to see, and I'll make a plan for it, and we'll talk about the plan, And then if it doesn't work or whatever, we'll make a new plan, whatever. But basically felt like I had to take control of my own situation before in my career. So I don't know if that helps anybody. Fire the boss. Darth Treya says, teamwork makes the dream work is my motto. Yep. All right. Well, there we go. Life lessons. You guys got to share some stories with me too. So, if you got a wonderful story that's something about your objectives or life lessons or just not being whiny, just Just get to work. Here's another. I'll just one last thing. I don't know how many times in my career, how many times I've given somebody something to do. I've delegated a task, and I've said, "Hey, I need you to take care of this," and the person will complain about it for like 3 days. And at some point, I've actually had to say this to a person: if you took half of the time that you've spent arguing about what I gave you to do, it would be done. Like, these things don't take much time to do if you just execute, right? Like, just get to work, just get it done. And the company I work for now is like that. I mean, nobody sits around waiting for bureaucracy. It's kind of like, pull the trigger. We agree. Let's do it. Get it done. Boom. Make the order. Get the project underway. All right. I am going to get into the main account Grand Arena now. We'll just step on over here. Start looking at the ALEURA Grand Arena. Sounds just like my kid, says TK. Yeah. Yep. All right, same thing. We're going to leave a mark. That's fine. Clear territories, Imperial troopers, all that stuff. Oops, I do that a lot. I click that button and back all the way out. Look at my rating, guys. Look at this. 3,000. Yikes. It's been a long time since I've been down at the bottom of the pile like this. 2 losses in the first 2 weeks. Yucko. How much time does it Talento have that culture? Talento time does it take? How much time does it take to have that culture? So if you're a turnaround person, like in my prior company that I worked for, that was kind of the role that I had. I would go to a factory that was performing poorly, and I would turn it around. And there's some books on culture change that say, statistically, to go from where you're at, if you have a vision of a different culture, to get most of the way there is a 7-year journey. And people do that with lean manufacturing, for example. They have this idea that, okay, profits are tight, we need to make the plant efficient, we're going to implement lean, and that's going to work. And they feel like it's going to work right away. But it takes years. The first 2 years, you kind of flail around and people don't believe in it, and you get some success, and then you get a few people buying into it, and then you get a few more followers, and then the next year you do a few good things, and then, sometime 3 or 4 years in, it really starts to fly, and then people want to be involved, and then people are asking to be part of these project teams, and then, 6 or 7 years in is where you're finally getting all the deviation reports and doing non-routine task management, things like that. Errors per opportunity. So if you do really well, you can take your quality rate so high. If you're at 99.6% quality, there's nothing for you to learn from anymore. So much of the stuff that you make is good. You have to wait for that 0.4% that's bad. And you have to do a new thing called errors per opportunity. And it takes time. It really takes time. And if you have high turnover in your company, turnover makes everything take longer because you're trying to establish that culture. Then people leave. You get new people who have no idea what it is you're trying to build. Managing turnover is the key to culture change. Absolutely. If anybody finds themselves in that position, find a way to pay your people tons of money. Keep the good ones. Don't let anybody leave, and your culture change will go in half the time. Cost you more money, but in the long run, it'll pay itself back and you'll have good people. All right, let's take a look at Brox. Galactic power in ships 2.2, characters 3 million, 5.3. So we're way over this guy. We're 700,000, more than 10% above him. He does have an executor fleet, 6-star executor, looks like. There it is, the big old beautiful executor. So that means that we don't really have that much of an advantage in fleet. He has both premium fleets and the Executor. Home one's built up, endurance is built up, so he's got plenty of fleet. And I figure, you know what, I'll put my Executor on defense, and I'll try to beat his Executor. If he puts it on defense, we'll just take 2 shots at it like we've done a couple times before, and we'll beat it. We'll figure out a way to beat it. Would you be able to have a talk in my company to my team? Blessed Carrot, I don't think I can, because I work for a company and I represent that company, and I certainly am not like an independent contractor who could come in and give leadership speeches. But yeah, no, I think that's off the table. And besides, you said you were where did Blessed Carrot? Portugal? I could, I don't know. Maybe I could come talk. If I could get a free trip to Portugal out of it, it might be worth it. I hate facing guys who are smaller than me in GP. It usually means they're lean, mean, and efficient. So this guy is pretty good. He's got a pretty good account, but he's only got 1 Galactic Legend, and that that kind of feels like it hurts in some of these matchups. Now I'm going to take both my GLs on offense, so it doesn't put him at too much of a disadvantage only having 1 GL. But some people would just put both Galactic Legends on defense. But I want to clear. I want to get it clear and get banners. So I'm taking mine on offense, and it takes away the option for him to use GLs on defense. He pretty much has to keep Jedi Master Luke on offense in case I put SLKR on defense, for example. I don't know what else. Maybe Skywalker could beat SLKR, but it's a rough go. This account is similar to mine. It scares me thinking I could match with DL in theory. That's funny. Blessed Carrot says guest advisor on a remote call. I don't know. DM me in Discord, man. I don't honestly think I could do it, but who knows? Maybe I could figure something out. Darth Loquitur, I only have 2 relics, and I'm going for CLS. I need Chewie. I need bounty hunters for the event. I'm almost Gear 12 Bosk. Do you think it's worth relicking Bosk? I think it's definitely worth relicking Bosk, especially if you're at the low end and you've only got a few relics. If you put like a Relic 3 Bosk, or Relic 5 Bosk on defense in Grand Arena, that's tough for a lot of people to deal with early game. It's like it's a hill to climb, because it just you really have to be able to do enough damage. Mod him with 3 defense sets, protection on all 4 main stats. Don't even worry about speed. If you're going to put him like a lump on defense, 4 protection, circle, cross, triangle, arrow, all protection, and all 3 mod sets for defense, because he gets massive defense bonuses while he has full health. And he's just a brick. Like you can't do anything with him until you get a character or a team that has enough damage to get through all that protection before he starts recovering it. All right, so Master Luke, he's got all kinds of Lukes, right? He's got Luke here, Jedi Knight Luke. He's got Jedi Training Rey. I've seen this in a few accounts now, where people just randomly have a Relic 7 JTR. Not really a lot of the other Resistance characters, but just like the Relic 7 JTR kind of floating in the account. So maybe you guys who have been playing the game longer can tell me, was there a moment when it was like a really good thing to build a Relic 7 JTR, even without the Resistance team behind her? Was she a character that could solo things at one point? Like, I've seen this several times now. So she's got like Rey, R2, C3PO, but I imagine these are with the 3PO is probably with the CLS team. So I don't know how exactly you would use this Relic 7 JTR, just kind of floating out here like this. You need R7 JTR for for JML. It's a JML requirement. Okay. I feel dumb now. I knew that. I had to have known that. Okay. All right. So okay, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. But again, why would you do that? Like, you could have JTR, and since you have to Relic 7 her, why would you not build BB-8? Right? Because this is already a team. No, resistance. This is already a team. BB-8, R2-D2, JTR, that's already a team. And that can beat people up in 5v5, right? We know that. We've already seen it. We've used the 3-person Ray team. Okay, if my opponent happens to watch this video, you know, you get a free team for BB-8. Build him and give Ray a buddy. Don't leave her all by herself. She's a lot better than you think. Solo base taught me the wisdom of the good JTR. I still have a Gear 9 BB-8. It's just not as exciting to build up, and honestly, Gear 9 BB-8 is still doing work for me. Yeah, okay. Well, I've become a fan of the Resistance team. Now, you know, it's taken me a while to get used to the mechanics, and I still don't think I'm an expert at using them. I still think I picked the wrong abilities sometimes, but it's definitely a team worth building if you already have to have her anyway. Chewbacca, Relic 8. Wow. Zoinks. Enfys Nest. Mando. Of course, he's getting the Executor, so he's got Mando. All right, well, let's get in there and see what we've got. Oops. There's a Zeta on BB-8, so it looks like it may be in progress. Could be. He can't be done playing. Oh, boy. Fin Poe. If anybody likes that Boom Boom Pow song, my daughter likes that song. And whenever I see this this team, it for some reason it comes into my mind as that song. I got that Fin Poe. I got that Fin Poe. 4 holds on Fin Poe. Nice. I'm a horrible singer. Just lost 22 viewers when I sang. Probably earned that. All right, the Executor, he's just left alone. He beat up the Negotiator fleet in the Fin Poe. Is that it? That he must have put a massive defense down then. I haven't scouted this at all yet, guys. We're discovering this together, so let's see how nasty of a defense he put down. Yeah, okay, here. So we've got the CLS team on defense, the Galactic Legend team on defense, and gas. Wow. That's a lot of stuff. Somebody was telling me Beskar Mando beats this team. I've never... Oh, it's with Han and Chewie, though, right? I've got Han and Chewie on defense, I think, so that's not going to be an option for me. But I can Trooper this, I can SLKR this, and I can see this, I think. So we should be able to work our way through that front wall. Bam, Han Chewie handles gas like a dream. Yeah, the problem is Han and Chewie are right here. Oh, they got a hold. They got a hold, too. Check them out. Wow. Impressive. Yeah, so I think just SLKR this will... Because there's not a big surprise waiting for me on the back wall. Okay? He's already put like 3 of his best defensive teams here. I guess he could put Darth Revan on the back wall, and then I would still have to figure something out against that team. But yeah, no, I think I don't expect there to be anything scary on the back wall. Okay, let's look at the top and see if he's surprised us with any gnarly teams up top. Mon Mothma, we can nest that, if nothing else. This is a weird team. Old Ben, Droideka, and Spirit. Is that just a throwaway team? He's just like putting stuff down? It must be that he's just putting stuff down. Enfys Nest, Relic 7 on defense with Newt. So we definitely have to nuke this, right? So this is either Triumvirate or Bounty Hunters, and we'll just plan to execute Nest. Probably Triumvirate has the best chance of beating this, and we'll just get Nihilus up to his Annihilate ability and clear Nest out of there. Treya Han Chewie also works well against gas. Nice. Nest works really well against the old Ben team. It's a dodge meta team designed to be annoying. It's an evasion comp. Okay. Okay, right, because she gets like foresight all the time. He evades. How does Droideka get evasion? Allies gain evasion and 30% turn meter whenever they evade attack. And then Droideka. 50% speed and 25% evasion when it doesn't have damage immunity. Nice. So it has 40% evasion if you clear the debuffs. Oh, that's solid. Okay. And you're saying just bring Nest in here. But if I bring Nest in here, what do I have for this? Got nothing for this. Because this team can be funky. Be hard to deal with. I can't Treya it if I'm going to use Treya up here. I guess I could Bounty Hunter here. I could try to get this done with Bounty Hunters and then bring Nest here and do Triumvirate here. Alright, how fast is Nest? If you put Nest on defense like this, you should make her really fast. 196. See, the threat on this team goes way down. If she goes fast, and if you bring a team in like Triumvirate to try to beat this up, as long as she can take lots of turns, it's actually more of a threat for her to take turns in a team like this than to rely on her counterattacks. Interesting. But he puts him and Newt in stealth and leaves Nest as like the only target that you can fight, so you can't get to these guys behind Nest. So that's how that team works. But we'll think about the Bounty Hunters. Take a look at that. Let's get through to the back wall and see what that looks like, and then we can make a lot more decisions from there. All right, let's come in here first and do this trooper battle and make sure that we can get through here with the troopers. Okay. Where's my troopers? So we're just going to target CLS and let him have it. That's worked for us in several battles in the past, so we're going to stick with that program and just try to do enough damage to erase him. I'm going to go check something real quick first, though, guys. Okay, it's an offense. Oh. Level 12 mod on offense. Again, if my opponent watches this, level up your mod on that. Okay, so it's that's offense, that's offense. So you can mod CLS tanky. And if you put this team on defense and make your Luke real tanky in 3v3, my understanding is that it's much harder to beat. Maybe somebody who's got more experience with the CLS team can confirm that, if it's worth like switching mods to defensive sets for 3v3s. I've heard some people do that. All right, in we go. When does OG Kylo stop soloing? He stops soloing when people stop putting certain teams on defense, but they always put Ewoks or Old Republic or something on defense that he can beat. All right, here we go. Big hit. Trooper 1, Trooper 2nd time. I think it calls the Trooper a 3rd time here. Yes. So he got called a 3rd time. I'm just going to go in and punch 3PO here. All right, assist again. More punchies. Another one. Yeah. So much damage, that Dark Trooper. So much damage. Single most damaging non-galactic legend in the game, I think. Gas does tons of damage, but man, when you see that Dark Trooper get like 3 attacks in a row, doing like 60,000 damage on every set of hits, it's just mind-boggling how much damage comes up with no crits. With no crits even. Super Tank and Super Tenacious in 3v3 along with Tenacious Chupio is ideal, and then JTR cannot counter them. Interesting. Okay. So it's more or less specifically for the JTR counter, but it's got to make it hard for a lot of the other counters too. Like imagine that Luke was tanky enough to live through that first barrage. I wouldn't get a kill, I wouldn't get turn meter train, and they would start going and get a bunch of attacks and assists. And once the confusion starts building up on my troopers, then I'm just done. So it's could make that team a lot more threatening. And he's got his CLS at Relic 7. So we're going to bring in if we bring in the Armorer, she's just going to get ability blocked the whole time, right? So we bring in the Armorer. They put on ability block. Yeah, no, I don't think we can do that against Luke. I think it's just ability block for days. Okay. I'm going to slow down just a second, guys. I'm going to back out. I'm going to make sure I've picked the right team. I don't want to mess this up. I feel myself being in a hurry, and I don't need to be in a hurry. So we're going to slow it down, back out, make sure we're in the right battle. All right, in we go. All right, so we'll put the tank tech on C right away. We're going to link him and Bastila and try to drain the maximum amount of protection. Okay. We're going to do this to give Watt back some protection and just make him live like a turn or two longer. Okay. It was 1 turn longer. It wasn't very long. No need to do protection back yet. The bonus protection is real, guys. It's for real. Okay. Go into the ult. Then we'll get Bastila out of here. Then we're going to link up with Wat Tambor and try real hard not to kill him until we've had the opportunity to drain lots of stuff. Okay, now we got the shock going. All right. This team SLKR solos. Got a bad feeling about this. Could be that I messed up, guys. The bonus protection is a naughty thing. I've gotten through. I feel like I've gotten through it before, but maybe not. Well, let's get Watt out of here anyway, right? We can get Watt out of here. It's not helping us to have Watt anymore. At least JTR is an easy cleanup. JTR is an easy cleanup. Okay. Why didn't you guys say something before? I talked through this whole thing with the planning. Didn't I? Didn't we talk about all this? We definitely could have taken SLKR in here. Yeah, we're not going to get it because of the Watt buff on him. It's enough to keep him alive. So we're just going to have to get through this and then come in and clean it up. Griff says I was asleep. The key is to auto basic before popping alt. That way C builds up his mastery so you can do more damage than the tank tech healing. Oh, so you wait forever for your alt. Yeah, okay. When's the Lucasfilm 50th anniversary thing? It's usually around Thanksgiving, right? Okay. All right, well, mistakes were made. This bonus protection is just nonsense. I don't understand why he never loses the bonus protection, but you can't drain it either. You can't drain the bonus protection. So, just stuck with it. But when we come back in, he won't have the... he'll have all of his protection back. He'll recover all protection, I believe is the way that it works. But he won't have the crazy Watt buff, and he won't have Bastila's buff anymore, I don't think so. All right, well, mistakes were made. I could have done it the other way around. I could have brought SLKR in here for sure and done C on gas. So that's my mistake. I wasn't paying attention. JTR is for JML. All right. So for JTR, we have the two droids, but remember my R2 is really bad. So do we take it in with do we take it in with a bad R2D2, or do we put a different relic level resistance character in here? Do we need the R2? How exactly does it work? So you're saying with R2, yeah, I get that, but if my R2 is horrible, does this team still clean up even with a Gear 10 R2? Because I feel like we walk into this battle and they're just going to poof R2 instantly. Like R2 is just instantly gone. I feel like that's how this goes. So I do have other characters like, Stickray that I could put in here that are going to be a lot more durable and potentially, live long enough to do something in the battle. You basically keep your mobility blocked the whole time and just apply healing immunity. So, can this team work? Is this team fine? Just work with Scavenger Ray? Because she's going to, do some damage. Flurry of Blows. It's a pretty big hit, right? I would probably run Vet Han. Vet Han can stagger and ability block. There's Vet Han. So his, can I try that? We can't stun anybody. 50% chance to attack again, doubled if the target's debuffed, which should be. Inflict stagger for 2 turns when he attacks again. Okay. So basically, we just want a basic with him the whole time. We don't want to do pretty much anything but basics. Okay. Let's get in there and try this little team, and he's going to hit somebody for 1 billion damage right out of the box here. Okay. Let's get started. And then we're going to hand wave him right away, right? We want to get this going right away. Okay, we're going to call here and try to get that stagger on him. That worked. Okay. Let's see if we can get the stagger on him again. We'll hand wave him again. Keep him ability blocked. Keep him staggered. Proc the stagger. Call an assist. We'll call an assist from BB-8. Okay, we got to speed things up here because this is going to go badly if I don't start doing some damage to him. Alright, get that hand wave. Call him for assist. Proc the stagger. Get more stagger. Do this. Attack him, proc the stagger. Just keep running that cycle. I should have attacked him right there. I didn't. Okay, keep going. Keep going. We don't need the hand wave at the moment. There's the stagger again. Okay. Hand wave. Get the bot going. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Staggers. Proc the stagger. Staggers. We'll roll in on him. Proc the stagger. Okay. He does like to attack that BB-8, though, doesn't he? Here we go. Here we go. Illuminated Destiny. A little bit bigger damage. We'll roll in for damage here. Staggers again. Proc the staggers. Roll. Hit. Oh, man. Clean. Clean, guys. Okay. That win goes to Griff. Thank you, sir, for the win. That Vet Han was a good call. That stagger, I think, was... I'm not sure we would have won that without the stagger. Alright. He needs the Omega to ability block on the AoE, but at least stagger on the basic is nice. Alright. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright, SLKR here. And we're going to put a couple other characters in with him. And it's not because I need it. I'm pretty sure I could solo this. But it's one of those things where if I drop this battle for any reason, then it's really going to be bad for me. So we're just going to bring in some extra characters. For future reference, the hand wave also removes turn meter. Nice win. Yeah, I was just trying to cycle between proccing the staggers, using the hand wave. There was one time where I probably could have used the hand wave that I didn't do it right. But, yeah, I was just trying to time that so he didn't get as many turns. But, of course, he's so fast that eventually you end up with a small gap, and he does get turns. So, all right, let's get through this gas, find out what's on the back wall. Okay, stab. We're going to reset and take protection away from the guys in the back row so that when he sits down, we're a step closer on killing this 5s. And we're going to stab him. and try to mass assist him and get him dead. We'll probably have to deal with him standing up once. Okay, we only have to deal with him standing up once. I thought we might have to deal with him again in order to kill Rex, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case. All right, big stab, reset, stab him again, and then I can sweep for the finish. Keep that trooper alive. 50 banners, fine by me. See the back wall. Griff says, just finished my attacks too, sitting at number 29 in Division 4. Should be able to stay top 75 after this round ends at least. Nice. Good job, man. All right, the back wall is just stuff. That's just stuff. I think we've got our stuff to beat this stuff. No problem. Got Geos back there. Let's not underestimate the Geos. All right, so what we decided here, you guys like Nest for this battle. Does Nest's basic remove the invulnerability? Gain damage, immunity, and tenacity, and recover. Nest's ability says that it removes defensive buffs, I believe. Okay. Deal physical damage. If the target has any defensive buffs, dispel them. So her basic should cut. I mean, she won't do damage on the attack that takes away the defensive buff, but then it should be gone. Defense, health, protection, evasion, taunt, stealth, foresight, heal over time, and crit immunity. It doesn't list it out here. Interesting. It's got to be a defensive buff though, right? Nest basic dispels the damage immunity. Plus Droidica's hit counts as multiple hits, so it's super safe. Okay. Alright. So let's look at this. If we do Nest here, fine. We do Triumvirate here, fine. Then we've got to try to do Bounty Hunters here. And we've got to try to kill his Nest. So let's do this one first. And Bosk is on defense. So we're going to have to take in a Bounty Hunter team probably under Kira lead. Probably. But I want to take a look and think about the Dengar. Did we put Dengar on... we put Dengar on defense. Rotten. Because Dengar's thing is attacking the biggest enemy. And we're going to be attacking Nest a lot, I think. So attacking the strongest enemy would be good. It would be perfect for getting our quick contract. But we can do it with Aura Singh, Mando, Grief Karga. Her contract is probably the easiest to get off, and then Mando can zap the... We're going to get stunned a lot, though. That's the problem. Dooku's going to stun a lot of people. Dooku is going to stun a lot of people. What else do we have that could work down here? How else can we kill Mon Mothma? Do we have a team with enough damage to just get in there and beat the damage recovery? Maybe the Bounty Hunters are better against Mon Mothma. Just attack Wedge till we get the contract, and then poof him. And then we can use Triumvirate up here I feel more comfortable in this battle with Triumvirate, because then Trey at least can clear the stuns and we can deal with some of the shenanigans, right? This is a tough team. The other thing I could do is bring in like Vader and just crush Dooku and Watt, or Dooku and Newt, and then try to time it out where Nest takes a turn and then I hit her with a big culling blade and finish her off. She's got tenacity though, so that's probably not going to work. 162. My Vader's over 100, I think, but I still don't think that's going to work. But then if we went in with anything against Nest, once these guys are dead, then it's not an issue. That's a very safe way to get through that team. Just use Vader, kill those two guys for good, and then come in with something else if we need to clean up Nest. I almost want to try that. Almost want to try that. Because we could do something like this, right? We could do... We already used our Wat Tambor, though. What's your plan against Geos if you use up Vader? Good point. Good point. Don't want to throw away Vader and have Geos left to deal with. That's a very good point. We also could do, potentially, Revan. Man, I don't know. Because this Nest team is going to be nasty. Because you got stuns coming out. You've got Newt putting on extortion. Once he extorts something and then Newt stuns it, it's real hard to deal with. We just got to go fast with the bounty hunters and kill Dooku. All right, that's it. We go with the bounty hunters and we just nuke Dooku, right? As long as we're faster than Dooku's dead. Nothing he can do. Let's check speeds. 252. Every bounty hunter that we've got is faster than Dooku. So we're going to get in there. We're just going to use the bounty hunters. We're going to murder Dooku first, and then we'll just deal with it until we get the contract and evaporate the Nest. All right. That's a plan. I think it's a plan. Check the tenacity on Nest. Yeah, she's got a lot of tenacity. Okay, we want Dooku out of here. Get out of here, Dooku. Done. Gone. That fast. All right, get in there. And then we'll just deal with these extortions the best we can. We'll take a bunch of turns here. See if we can get a stun. Okay. Pay the taxes. Yeah, let's just get rid of Newt. Sting her. Hit her again. Big shot. Bam. And then, yeah, I don't think I want to mess around with this. I kind of want to do banner recovery, but I kind of just want to get her out of here and be done with it. Bad banners, but a certain victory. Okay. And then we're going to take our own Nest into here. You guys said Relic 8 Nest, go. And then we're just going to put it on auto basic and go to sleep. All right. That does look pretty good, guys, I got to say. It does look pretty good. Nest doing work. Although her health steal is interesting. She several turns there where she had low health and she didn't recover at all from the attacks. But we're in good shape. Old Ben holding strong, holding down the fort, hoping he's got what it takes. I got news for you, Old Ben. You don't. You don't got what it takes, buddy. Just like a Staples commercial. That was easy. Nice. So then we can Treya this. We're just going to use the full triumvirate because triumvirate. Treya plus a tank is probably enough against this, but we'll be safe. Silly Conquest, Sector 2 feats with no Jedi, win with no Jedi, and then win with Mace Windu. At least they're not shy about making us waste energy. You know, I don't mind that. It's kind of... It's not bad. We actually don't want to isolate anybody, right? Because if we isolate them, then they're not going to assist and they're not going to kill themselves. And we definitely want that to happen. All right, let's get pain on him so that at least he gets taunted. I'm going to go back to working on Wedge. We're just trying to pull out the Resurrect with Wedge here. We would like Treya to use the Resurrect on him. Let's do this. That could be fun. Just isolate the little guy in the back because he doesn't matter anyway. Alright, let's cool him down again. Get that Annihilate going. Held by Hatred. This should kill Mon Mothma. And then we just take out Biggs. 1, 2, 3, go. Bam. Beautiful. Okay, and that leaves us with the Sisters of the Night, led by Asajj Ventress. Asajj. What else did we got? The zombie here. We've got Daka. With zombie and Daka, I kind of wish we had something that says, you know, you don't get to get resurrected, but we put bounty hunters on defense. We gave away a lot of our stuff which says, you know, can't be resurrected. We've used Wat Tambor already. So we're just going to have to bring in a team that can just take them down multiple times. I guess use Revan? Feels like overkill, but we can do this. I don't feel like we needed that team for the back wall, did we? There was nothing on the back wall that requires Jedi. Let's go take a look. Don't want to make mistakes. Let's take a look back here. It's Rebels. This is an interesting team. Bodhi Rook? Is that? Oh, that's Scarif Pathfinder. Okay. I thought for a second that he had a Relic 7 Bodhi, and I was like, wait, what? That's crazy. That team's going to get a ton of assists, though. Holy cow. Holy cow. What do we got against this team? Maybe Mon Mothma? Yeah, probably Mon Mothma against that. Or maybe we take something with Thrawn. Give him a kick and stop the assists. That's interesting. That's actually going to be a tough team to kill, right? Yikes. If he has any buffs when he's defeated, he's revived. Yuck. Alright. Well, maybe we don't want to use the Jedi up here then. Maybe we need to save the Jedi for down there. Interesting. Yeah, I think we'll use the Mon Mothma team up here, guys. I feel like that's fine. There's nobody hiding in stealth. There's no fancy business going on. Let's just get us a Mon Mothma team going here. You, go. Since the summon will dispel the buffs on Rebel Pathfinder. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. We're just going to do it this way. Try to get full banners on these Night Sisters and go from there. Okay, let's get Asajj out of here. We got to get kills that are going to get resurrected anyway, but that's fine. Let's try to get that out of here. Get Asajj. Okay. We're done with the resurrects now. We just got to manage this and get the banners back and be done with it. Those assists are looking good. Punch. Just basic. Okay. Big heal. Lots of protection back. Full banners. 54, right? Good. We get to see fleets. We get to see a spinny wheel. All right. Executor time it is. 521,000 galactic power on that Executor. Look at this thing. Relic 5 Mando, if I remember right. And then we've got Cad Bane, Relic 5. Nasty. Okay. I'm probably going to do the 2-ship thing on this. And then we still have this negotiator to deal with. And we're probably going to have to use the finalizer here. This lineup is actually the toughest. This lineup right here is the lineup that I have the most problem with the finalizer. It definitely is. All right, we're going to go back and clean this stuff up first. Let's do Vader here. Just again so that we don't make any mistakes. We'll save out Thrawn. We're just going to put in Palpatine and Vader and work our way through that. Kick Thrawn out. Boot. Goodbye. Malevolence time. Here we go. Bruno Coelho says, hey, it's very late here in Portugal. Had a lot of fun being here for the first time with you in the live stream. See you next time. All right. See you, man. Good to have you. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right. Let's go into Merciless Massacre here. We're going to try to... let's do damage to other people first. Reduce the pool of health so that when we do this, it sticks. Alright. Let's get some zappies down, see if we can stun. Yeah, we get a stun on the Brood Alpha. That's good. That means the dots stick for another round. I probably should have just done all basics that first time around, but it's good. 54 banners. I have a psych test that I should probably study, or maybe not. Loquitur stream is more entertaining. I'm more entertaining than studying for a psych test. Is that a compliment? I'm not exactly sure if that's a compliment. All right, I feel like we can take this out with the Jedi, right? The Jedi must deal with this. Or do they lack a debuff removal and he's infinitely on? He has to do something to get the buff though, right? He doesn't just automatically resurrect with a buff. Whenever Scarif, everybody else gets speed up. Fine. Deal physical damage, gain taunt, physical damage, accuracy up. So he actually has to die, he has to take a turn, and then he can do something. JKR and can mark and provide buff immunity. Okay, so buff immunity affects him when he dies. I gotcha. So you're saying that if he gets a speed up buff or something like that as he's dying, he won't come back with any... Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't get any buffs when he comes back to life. So there should be... this should work. And I feel like Pow is actually the one that we've got to get rid of first. Because his turn meter gain is just nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Get in there, Yoda. Alright, we'll take an assist over here. Got that boom, boom, pow. Let's take the... you know what? We'll just mark them down. One by one. Take them out. We got plenty of time. Not hurting for banners. So I feel like this is fine. Okay. So whenever we get buff immunity onto him, then he should stay dead. So if he dies right now, he's coming back to life. This doesn't cleanse him, does it? Increase target enemy's cooldown, reduce turn meter, all that stuff. So we just basically, we kill him, we let him come back to life, and then we just murder him again and it's fine. Okay. All right. No trick mechanics that we weren't expecting, so that's good. Let's see. This. We need trooper kills. It feels like we could get more trooper kills for our feet right here. Is this good banners? I feel like that must be decent banners, right? Feel like that must be good banners. Better than trying to put a resistance team together. Although we do have Stick Gray. I don't know why, but I like actually doing something with Stick Gray because when I read her kit, she just seems so useless. But we could do this. We can get some more trooper kills. Use the full troop. It has to be full troopers. What? No. No. It just says get kills with troopers, right? Isn't that what it says? How's this feat worded? Defeat 6 enemy units with Imperial troopers. Right? It doesn't say a full team of Imperial troopers. It just says defeat with. I think we're good. Let's do that. I like this. I like this. Gideon, so good. In we go. Yeah, Nick Wilson, it's like that in Conquest, right? Because they're constantly sending you to do things where you have to have a full team of, you know, ... So, no, I get it. It's confusing enough. Hey, Lando. Bam. Take a kick to the head. Hey, Leia. You have no turn meter. You thought you were going to get a turn? You were wrong. You were mistaken. No turn for you. Get protection up. Get Han out of here. Now we'll get Lando out of here. And all we got left is Leia. Let's turn this over to him. Slash her armor. Blaster. 54. Yeah. 54. 3 more trooper kills. All right, Stick Gray versus the Phoenix. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. We got to get Stick Ray. Got to do something with Stick Ray. All right. Ezra Bridger, die. Bam, 64K. That's a pretty good hit. All right. Bam, 51. Bam. 55 banners. Stick Ray for the win. Ewoks. Kylo. Battle. Okay, go. Man, now I got that Fin Poe song stuck in my head. Man, what is wrong with me? It's a weird thing to get stuck in your head. Okay, no. Stop. Stop resurrecting people. Bam. That'll stop you from resurrecting people. Get in the box. By box, I mean coffin, in case you didn't understand. Get in the box. Okay, so let's take the negotiator first. Bring in the first order. This, and Plo. And then we need one tank. We need one tank of some kind just to get in the way if we need it. His ships will always be buffed. Sunfac can be a cleanup, though. We can clean something up with Sunfac. We probably need him for the other fleet anyway. What can we use for a tank? That's all claimed. The rebel tank isn't really what we're looking for. Okay, well, we'll bring this in, and that will allow us to put the silencer in stealth if we get in danger. So it's another option for us. If we keep the silencer alive, we're good. The problem is that sometimes this particular fleet can mass assist on my silencer right away, and things can go badly from there. But we're going to try to carve it up with this First Order fleet. Anakin's going to get a missile right away. We love to stop you from getting turn meter, my friend. That's good. Now we're going to try to... His life is low enough now that we've convinced the enemy capital ship to do the right ability first. We're going to try to do this to stun Rex. Okay. Good. That's good. Now we're going to clear these buffs. Then we're going to go back after Anakin. Put him under stealth. We'll rake across to everybody. Put some damage over times on myself. I don't want this. I don't want this right now. Okay, fine. We'll do this. And we'll just do a big hit on him. We'll do a big hit. Okay, now we bring in this, clear all the, dispel everything, target Anakin, call an assist. He's done. He's out. All right. Anakin down. Phase 1, successful. Threat level reduced. Steel turn meter over here. Stun that guy. Or don't stun him. We got advantage because he was low turn meter. Pass it over here. Get a big hit. Bam. Okay, good. We resisted. Nice. Had the... Okay. We'll just call an assist over here. Get some life steal. Get back up to full life. Keep plugging away at him because he's got taunt and there's nothing we can do. We got 5s to deal with. Okay, bam, bam. Steel turn meter here. This should kill him. Okay. Plo's coming in. Giving us some turn meter. We got to get this Rex out of here. This Rex is killing us. You guys may not realize it, but that turn meter that he's feeding around to everybody, protection, recovery, and turn meter is just devastating. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right, we're going to taunt this. Clone Sergeant. put a missile on 5 so that he can give us turn meter but won't get it for himself. Fantastic. This should kill the other little clone sergeant. 1 ship to 4 feels like we have the advantage. I love this. Ahsoka comes in. We're going to pump up the turn meter and blow her out of the sky before she gets to do anything. She just comes in on reinforcement. Hey guys, I'm here. Bye. Out she goes. Okay, 59 banners. What? Okay. I saw the 59 banners come up, so that better be a win. That better have logged me a win, or I'll be sad. All right, I feel like we've worked through this Grand Arena pretty well. Probably owe something to Griff. Does anybody else, when they see this loading screen, do they see Yoda just like floating up in the air, flying around for no reason, like he's a ship? I mean, Boba Fett's over there, but he's at least got a jetpack. Yoda's just kind of like a ship flying around for no reason whatsoever. Looks weird to me. Griff is not owed anything. Nice full clear today. Well, we haven't full cleared yet. We still got this Executor to deal with. I'm not comfortable enough with the Malevolence. Man, I have tried again and again and again in Fleet Arena to just one-shot the Executors with Grievous, and I can't do it. I cannot find any combination of ships where I'm getting a successful clear on the Executor in one go. So I don't feel like I can even bring that in because it's not working for me. I don't get it in one shot. So let's bring in a couple ships. Last time we brought in too much fleet power and lasted too long. So this time we're really going to take in very few ships. And we're just looking to pull the taunt from Houndstooth and the area effect from the ship. So we're just going to put in some garbage ships and pull. Bit Dynasty has the strategy. Bit Dynasty's using the strategy with the TIE fighter, right? With the Imperial TIE. Xavier says, would have full cleared my one shot my opponent today, but the game crashed as soon as I went into the battle with C. Still one shot the rest, but even my didn't even need my GL to beat him in the full clear. Wow, that's awesome. Didn't even need your GL. All right, Bit Dynasty has the strategy, huh? Well, we're going to two-shot it. We're just going to go in there and two-shot it. At least we're going to try to. So let's see what skills we can pull with these garbage ships. Yeah, TIE Fighter is the only strategy with Malevolence. People differ on Sunfac versus Hyena. Okay, there, we got the big thing from the ship. And we got the main ability. We didn't get the taunt off of... We didn't get the taunt from Houndstooth, though. So that's not... it's a little bit unpleasant, but probably we can deal with it. Okay, so TIE Fighter. Sunfac versus Hyena. But it needs to be R4, otherwise start with Hyena. And the Vulture Droid as the third ship, is that what's done? Is that what's being done? Spy, we'll bring in Cheese. And is there something that gives me an assist that I can bring in? I guess we'll bring in another tank just in case. Vulture third. Ebonhawk? Oh, Ebonhawk, good call. Ebonhawk might be a good call. Spy will be your first reinforce. Have the spy come in and make Xanadu Blood, mass assist on Xanadu Blood. Ebonhawk. Ebonhawk. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I used the Ebonhawk in my Fleet Arena fleet. I just was overlooking it. Bring in Ebon as first reinforcement. I agree with Griff. You got to bring in the spy and kill a ship. Whether it's a Xanadu Blood or whatever you get, I mean, you gotta target Houndstooth and try to prevent it from cycling back and getting taunt before you can call. Target Houndstooth and prevent it from cycling back and getting taunt. Second reinforcement, Ebonhawk. Okay. And I have Sunfact back and Cheese Ship back, so let's get in there and see what I can get done. Xanadu Blood is more important to kill first. Well, it's only if this... I mean, you're going to have to target the Houndstooth. So, unless you can somehow target the Xanadu Blood, you're stuck. Just stuck with the Houndstooth. Not much you can do there. Okay. Just do area effect here, I feel like. We don't really need to cleanse anything. Okay, do that. Get the foresight going. Okay. And do this. Get some buzz droids. And we're calling in Spy, and we're hoping that we get Xanadu. But yeah, I mean, if you don't get Xanadu, you still got to take whatever you get. Oh, that dodge. That dodge on the buzz droids, boys. Yikes. Okay, let's clear the spy. Get an assist over here. Okay, just need taunt to last one more. Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay. Then we'll bring in the Ebonhawk. And we don't want to do this skill yet. We just want to... this isn't going to help much, but we'll go ahead and do that skill. Probably should have saved it. Buzz droids. We'll just do our thing. Gotta find a way to get through this Houndstooth, though. Okay. Area effect, get another little ship. Okay. Alright, now we're very close to the ultimate. We just got to bring in the Millennium Falcon here so that we don't lose all of our real ships. Okay. We have to bring in the Millennium Falcon, right? Or do we do the alt? If we do the alt, we're just going to get killed here. And we're going to be out of luck. So we've got to bring this in and hope that we can get back around to our ship ability. Maybe that'll kill Xanadu Blood. Alright, that's good. That's good. Okay. Now they got to kill the little ship. So that's fine. Now we do this and we get another little ship. We're buying ourselves a bunch of time. And we just got to kill this Houndstooth. If the Houndstooth lives, I don't think we have any chance of coming in with the third fleet and cleaning this up. So we've got to get this houndstooth out of here. All right. That's good. We're about to lose our capital ship. We will lose our capital ship very shortly. We've got all of our reinforcements in, though, right? So we don't care if we lose our capital ship at this point. Do area effect, get another little ship. Big damage. Bam. Okay. All right. Oh, that ability doesn't work because he didn't have a buff. Pew! See you later, Grievous. All right. If you call anyone, do Sunfac. Why would I do Sunfac? As long as I call in the Millennium Falcon, they have to target all my little ships. They can't target my Millennium Falcon until they get rid of all the little guys. A solid 27 banners. Griff. Oh, that's funny. Solid 27. All right. Well, it ain't pretty, guys, but we do manage to get through that. With the, I just got to figure out exactly the right number of ships to bring, where I get the initial taunt out of that houndstooth, and then that would have been a lot easier of a battle. But still not bad. We still got through it. 2771 banners. It ain't no 2828, but we got it. Executor can cleanse the outmaneuver from Falcon. That's why the cheese with Falcon is super risky against Executor. Yeah, but he wasn't in cycle for that. He was in cycle for a reinforcement and then to destroy my capital ship. So he wasn't going to use the mass assist against me, right? He was going to use the reinforcement and the capital ship. Or at least that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So maybe I was mistaken. One of the bombers didn't do anything at the beginning. It died straight away without any turns. One of the bombers. Yeah. One of the you mean one of the vulture droids? Hey, we got through it. We got through it, you know. You click buttons, you figure it out as you go along. There's no formula written on the wall to figure it out, so yeah. TK says thanks for streaming, DL. I have to hit the sack. All right, don't hit it too hard, man. Hit the sack very gently. All right, guys, that's probably going to wrap this stream up. We had a fun stream. We had story time. We had a quit your whining and get to work on your GAC's story. So another one of these, morality streams. But hope you all had fun tonight. I know I did. I appreciate, even if it helps, one or two people think about their own situation a little bit differently, then certainly that makes it worthwhile for me. I still cannot do that counter. Congrats. All right. For those wondering why you put the TIE fighter in there, it's so that he evades and gives turn meter. Yeah, exactly. So the big thing is you have to get to your ult with malevolence before he gets to his ult and removes your malevolence. So the TIE fighter just boosts your turn meter enough that you get, even if you just get like one instance of 15% or like 2 dodges out of that ship, it's enough turn meter to make sure that you get to your ult before he gets to his. So that's a bit how that works. All right, guys. I'm going to head out. Thank you all for watching the stream. I appreciate you all. Remember to hit the like button on the way out if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel to watch more videos like this in the future and get notifications when I'm streaming. And join us over on Discord. Can't say enough about how great the Discord community is, so come join us over there, ask a bunch of questions, have fun, post a meme. Hope to see you over there. Thank you all, and I will see you in the next holocron.